Today we are discussing about how you can create AWS Free Tier account, why you need one, and how you can protect the AWS Free Tier account. If you want to grow on AWS and you take it to the next level, definitely you must have a free tier account. And this is a great opportunity to get your hands dirty on AWS platform and learn faster. If you are new here, I am Chris from iCloud Excel. I'm ex-Amazonian. I have spent over 23 years working in IT infrastructure and AWS cloud technologies, including over a decade in Silicon Valley, San Francisco, helping organizations to build solutions on AWS cloud. On this channel, I help you master on AWS cloud, DevOps, AI through simple explanations, real-world scenarios, and hands-on learning. Why you actually need AWS Free Tier account? This is very important to understand so that you are not hesitating whether you want to create it or you don't have to create one. First one is theory is not a experience. You need a hands-on experience. This is most of the people are missing. There are a lot of people in the market, in the workplace, they actually don't have hands-on experience. They have gone through some lectures. Based on that, they try to pitch their AWS concept, but they don't have depth at all, right? Then you have a free test drive. Once you create a free tier account, you get 12 months free to test this platform. That's a great opportunity. The third thing is you get career edge. Hands-on AWS experience sets you apart from 80% of the candidate. Most of the candidates, they lack clarity because they don't have hands-on. They have a lot of information gathered in their head, but they have lack of clarity because they have a lack of practice on AWS account. There are mainly three types of free tier access to the AWS account once you create one and log in. Number one, you have a 12 months free EC2 S3 RDS from account creation date, and definitely it has a limitation. We're gonna go through all the limitation. And number two, if you are using serverless Lambda, you get 1 million request free for the first time, right? This is also including 25 GB of DynamoDB storage. You get this kind of free when you're logging into the AWS account and started using Lambda DynamoDB services. And third type is some services has a free trial option such as SageMaker. It gives you short-term access to specific service such as SageMaker. So these are the mainly three types of free tier access in AWS apart from T2, T3, EC2 instance type. And if you're using T2, T3, EC2 instance type, you get 750 hours per month, and every month it reset to 0 and again starts counting for 750 hours. Exceeding this free tier limits, even accidentally, you have to pay for the charges. A billing element essential for you to protect yourself. Now you actually need 10 steps to create a free tier account. So visit AWS website, enter email, add billing cards, select free support, and all of these you add and you are good with AWS account. I will go through the demonstration how you can create quickly, so then you can go through the video and quickly create one for you. Before you create an account, just gather this information: email and account name, root password you want to set, the email address you're going to use, that will be your root user, and decide the password ahead of time. And billing card, you need to place your debit card or credit card to create that account. They are not going to charge immediately, but you have to place your debit card and credit card information. And then you choose your support plan, basic or any other developer or business support plan. That's all you need the information before you create the account. Now I'm going to demonstrate you how you can create AWS free tier account. Just sit back and watch this video and come back. In this lecture, we are going to complete three important tasks in order to set up our lab. Number one, we will create a new AWS free tier account. The email address we are going to use, that would be our root user for that account. And then number two, we will log in as that root user and set up multi-factor authentication or MFA for that root user. Due to security reason, we don't use root user for day-to-day operations. So we are gonna create new admin user and assign permission to it. We will use this admin user for our lab. And number 3, we will log in as that new admin user and configure multi-factor authentication for that user. So MFA, you may or may not do it, but I would highly recommend to configure MFA or multi-factor authentication for each user you have so that your account is always protected. So head over to aws.amazon.com and you will see this screen, and this splash screen keep on changes based on the time of the year you log in, but you will always find a link for sign up. If you have already account, you just hit the link sign in to the console, or you click on complete sign up. So this takes you to this page. If you get this page, then you just click on create a new AWS account. Provide all your email address and the password information. And down here, AWS account name, you provide a meaningful name. Like in this case, I'm going to provide Terraform infrastructure as code ISC 2019 and hit continue. On this page, you have to select professional or personal. Because this account we are going to use for personal lab purpose, we're going to choose personal. Put your phone number, country and address. Click on checkbox. Basically agree to the terms of AWS customer agreement. Just hit on create account and continue. Once you do that, it takes you to the payment information. You have to provide your credit card or debit card details. Provide those. So billing address is already by default selected. You just hit on verify and add. So this takes you to the confirm your identity page. Here you're gonna provide your phone number again, and they're going to call you and you have to put the number on the display. Provide the captcha for the security. The moment you hit contact me, it's going to call your number, and also on this page it will display the 4-digit number, and that number you have to put on your phone so that they can verify your identity. It's displaying 4-digit number, and there you go. I got the call, and let's receive that call.
Web services. Using the touchpad on your phone, please enter the 4-digit PIN number that was displayed on your screen.
Let's put the number 3303.
We have successfully verified your PIN.
There you
Please
go.
return to Amazon Web Services to complete your registration. Thank you for your interest in Amazon Web Services. Goodbye.
And hit continue. So that will take you to the select a support plan page, and you have to select a support plan. There are 3 plans available: basic, developer and business plan. And there is another plan is available, which is enterprise level support plan. So your billing should be minimum 15,000 per month in order to get the enterprise level support, which is actually critical support. Because it's a free tier account we are creating, so we're gonna choose free plan. There you go. Your account is created. Now you can log into the account. The account we created, root user is the only user for this account. That's why we have to hit this sign in using root account credential. Hit that. We're gonna provide that email address for the account we specified earlier and hit next, and then password. There you go. So here is the account we logged in. I just wanted you to be aware that there are limits on free tier account. And if you go to free tier limits page, if you go bottom of this page, they have clearly mentioned you can use this free tier account for 750 hours of Linux or Windows T1 or T2 micro instances. It is valid up to 12 months. And also third-party applications or services from AWS Marketplace are not eligible for free tier. And that means that let's say you are creating 3 EC2 instances and ran for 1 hour each, you basically used for 3 hours of EC2 instance. So that way you consume your hours of usage. So I recommend to create less number of free tier eligible EC2 instance such as T1 or T2 micro. Whenever you are not using those instances, destroy them immediately to increase or to expand your usage for the free tier account. And again, free tier account is valid up to 1 year. We have created AWS free tier account which has only the root user, which is the email address which we have used to create the account. And we must protect the account by configuring MFA for that root user.
The best practice is we should not use root user account for creating, updating or destroying AWS resources. Instead, we should log in as a root user for the first time and create an additional restricted user and use that additional restricted user to create, update or destroy AWS resources. And then we should configure MFA or multi-factor authentication for the additional restricted user as well. In this case, we name it as a admin user, and for the lab purpose, we are giving administrator privilege to that user. But in real world, generally we don't provide administrative access to all the user. Maybe very few users are allowed to have administrative access. So next two lectures, we are going to configure MFA for the root user, and then we are going to log in as a root user and create a additional restricted user, which is admin user in this case for lab purpose, and then configure MFA for that admin user as well.
Alright, you watched this video, now you know how you can create a free tier account. Next, let's talk about how you can secure that account. It is very important you secure that account. First thing you do, you basically create a multi-factor authentication for that root user. You should never leave it. Okay, the moment you create account, you have a root email address and root user basically, and you have a password. Now you log in and you definitely set up a multi-factor authentication. Otherwise, don't leave that console. All right, so once you enable the multi-factor authentication, then you're good for the root user protection. Then you log in as a root user one more time and create a day-to-day user. It may be admin user separately or any other user with less privilege. We have a less risk even if you lose your access key, add any secret access key. So create that account or user, then you log in day-to-day using that user, not the root user. Root user, you keep it aside for any critical purposes, but day-to-day you're gonna use a special admin user and any other user also I create. For me, I created two general user, one for the admin, another one for very less privilege like S3, EC2, that's all. So that I don't want to put myself in trouble. Why actually it matters? Even password is stolen. Because you have set up MFA, no one can log into your account. Next thing you do is set billing alarm. For me, I set for $10. I'll have a separate video how you can set your billing alarm, but for you, you can set $1 or $2, right? In case if you leave any resources running, EBS volume or EC2 instance, immediately you get alarm and you go stop that EC2 instance or remove that EBS volume you created. This is your financial safety net. There are many incidents. People actually created expensive EC2 instance thinking I'm gonna destroy in 5 minutes, and they left running and they catch their flight. Flight takes 3 hours to land there, and then when they stop, already the bills are high. And sometimes people remember after a couple of days, sometimes you get thousands of dollars of bill just because you forgot to delete or stop that resources. All right, so don't forget to do that, and billing alarm is your protection from that. And small tips, even if you by accident you stopped that EC2 instance or forgot to delete that resources, you call AWS support. AWS support's very helpful for me. They actually saved my bill for $300 because I accidentally started EC2 instance. I forgot to stop it. They know it happens and they help you definitely. You call AWS support for that. Let's talk about some real world use cases when actually you need free tier account. Number one, let's say you were a teacher and then now you became a new cloud engineer. You wanted to test and learn AWS in and out. Definitely you need a free tier account because companies generally don't give you that much of access to try on your own. Then there is another scenario. Let's say you are a computer science student, you want to showcase your project and you use free tier account, implement your project and showcase your project. You show that you are master and then now destroy those resources, no charges for you. Let's say you are a new business owner and you want to run your web servers on free tier account, and you can do that. You get until 12 months free usage and bill. If you are not preparing for the exam, skip this slide. So if you are preparing, then you remember this free tier types. Know which category each services falls into. If you are using T2 micro, T3 micro, it's eligible for free tier, but not all other EC2 instance are eligible for free tier. So you have a limitation for 750 hours per month. If you are running multiple EC2 instance, free tier EC2 instance, then what happens if the time is divided by that number. If you're running 2, then definitely you get 750 hours by 2, right? Remember this, it's basically total hours spent on EC2 instance that are free tier eligible. Then remember root versus IAM user. Never use root user for day-to-day operations. You log in as a root user, then create separate IAM user for your day-to-day operations. And definitely you protect your all the users, not only root users. Protect those users with MFA, multi-factor authentication. You just install Google Authenticator on your phone and then configure that. Then definitely choose support plans. If you are a free tier eligible customer, definitely you go for the basic plan. But if you're a developer or business plan you wanna go, then talk to your business and accordingly you just enable that billing plan. Then definitely you set an alert for your billing so that you don't go and spend more. So remember this, free tier is not unlimited. As I said, it has a limitation of 750 hours. Run 2 instances, you basically running 1500 hours. So you pay for the extra 750 hours. So remember this point. So when you are running 2 instances, make sure you are running for half of the month, like 15 days, not the 30 days, so that you don't have to pay. Now root user is not a IAM user. Root has a full unrestricted access. Never use it for day-to-day operations. MFA is not optional. You have to configure it for root users and other users as well. Then wrong support plan. Don't choose wrong support plan. If you are a free tier user, you want to be free tier user and you want to test it out for your learning, definitely go for a basic free plan. Or if you want to go for business or enterprise, talk to your manager or business owner who can approve to select the business and enterprise plan. Before we go any further, I want to tell you about something which is going to change how fast you can grow on AWS. I have built a private community called 10x AWS Builder, and it is not just another Facebook group or Discord server or WhatsApp group with a lot of noise. This is focused and professional community built specifically for people like you, people who are serious about building their AWS career, passing their certifications, getting hired or promoted to the next cloud role. Here is what you get the moment you sign up. Weekly live Q&A calls. Ask me anything about AWS, certifications, jobs. This will be live Q&A weekly sessions. I hold that Zoom call and you get answer instantly. And we can brainstorm as well on your problem. And you get direct mentorship. I will personally help you to build your learning roadmap, your certification path, fix your gaps and keep you accountable for your goals. And I will guide you on this every step of the way. Third thing, you get 24/7 community access. At night 11 PM you got a questions, just post your questions. Our community never sleeps. Someone from your community member will answer it. And you get peer network of serious AWS learners. The people who join 10x AWS Builder, they are not here to watch passively. They are building, certifying and landing cloud jobs. And that energy is contagious. Link in the description below. I will see you in the community. So 5 things to remember before you go. Number 1 is free tier is real and very powerful. EC2, S3, RDS for 12 months, Lambda and DynamoDB forever, right? So see that limitations in the documentation, it can change, it can vary. So based on that, you start using those services and master those services for your new job or career switch if you wanna do and whatever you wanna do it. Number 2, free tier has a limit 750 hours. Remember this and based on that you plan. Number 3, never use root for daily work. For daily work, you create separate user and start using that user for daily work so that you are protected. MFA is essential, not a optional. Remember this. Enable it on root immediately. Biggest security risk if skipped. Hands-on practice wins certifications and jobs. Whenever is possible, first thing you go to console and try it out. That's how I remember all the services, whatever I run. Even if I have a little bit of resistance to go console and try command line, I just ignore that resistance and immediately go to the console and command line and try it out. That's how you get more clarity on that services you want to perform. Thank you so much for joining this video. That's all I got. I have some few resources, link below. If you want, get those. For now, thank you. Peace.